Hey, did you see this? Manali's note she's written to that grade 2 child. It is all about love and all, yeah. They're 7-year-olds. Can you believe that? Hi. You know what? Yesterday I looked into his phone and you should see the messages that he has written to her. He is a damn 12-year-old and look at that messages. It is obnoxious. Hello and welcome to Musings of a Masterly. I'm Meenal Desai and here I share a medley of my unique experiences shaped by students, teachers and life in general. So, have you as a parent found such love notes or such chats, and how have you reacted to this? What has been your take on this? Okay, let me circle back to how this comes about. So we as educators, we deal with children right from say 2 years, 3 years old to 18 years old. And what we see regularly is that children have this innate attraction to somebody or the other. There is at some level, at a visceral level, a child wants to be friends or wants to be associated with somebody in their group, in their class, over and above, etc., etc. Now, unfortunately, the way our school system is designed is that when this child is raging with hormones from within and is really trying to find out what his body is doing and how her body is shaping up and all that, that is the time when their board exams come in, when the most crucial time of their career hits them. And then this child is constantly battling about, am I doing this right? What should I focus on? What should I do? Etc. etc. They have this constant self-debate about how to go about it. At one level, they are attracted to somebody. At the other level, they have something that is supposedly extremely important as per the adults and all that. This is the child of today. Circle back to about 100, 200 years and think about how this happened. Most people in India or abroad, they kind of chose their partners or their societies chose their partners at a very young age. I don't think there was any society where you did not have a partner all the way till your 20s or late 30s. In most cases, while I'm not recommending that, what I'm trying to say is that this has been the history of our country and our species for a long time. Then, on the other hand, there are these so-called developed Western nations where there is greater acceptability of the teenager being active sexually or in terms of desire and all that. And the idea of children dating each other is very normal, is highly acceptable in high schools and all that. However, in India, there is this immense dichotomy that we face. And we as adults also face this pressure. When our child comes up to us and say, I like so-and-so guy or a girl, or if you find out his chats and you find some sexually explicit material from his bedroom undercover or something like that, you as a parent are offended. We as a teacher, we are offended. And we feel that this should not be there. On the other hand, that teenager is raging with hormones. That child is seeing all this material all around him of parents, of coupling all over, of Bollywood. Everywhere there is this discussion about, finding the right one, doing this, that, having somebody in your life, how love does this and that. That child influenced by all this, when that child tries to do something like that, the entire adult world comes down upon him or her and says that, hey, what you've done is morally wrong, is simply immoral, simply not acceptable and all that. And then we ask the child we give them the standard things, okay, abhi padhai pe focus kar lo, is sab ke liye to there is forever, baad mein kar lena, etc., etc. But do you really think the child is paying attention to that? Do you really think the child wants to listen to your jnana and to your so-called adult pep talk when you try to do that? If you are one of those parents who has these strict rules saying that dare you look at the opposite sex and dare you do this and all that, then God help you, there's nothing happening in that case. Because believe me, the child is definitely attracted and has some way or the other of reaching out to whomever he or she is interested in. If you are the kind of parent who says that, ye sab chal raha hai, theek hai, but don't lose track of whatever, maybe that's a better way to go about it. But us trying to discount it, us as teachers feeling offended by children coming up with this, or us as parents saying that, how can this happen to you? Do you think it leads us anywhere? And if as a parent or a teacher, if you feel that you are helpless and you don't know how to go about it, I think seeking professional help is our best way out. There are some great books which we'll be listing in our notes and all that. But if push comes to shove and you don't know a way out, definitely seek professional help. Because believe me, what you cannot communicate or talk about, there are experts out there who can do it so much easily, and it will save you a lot of heartburn and fallout. And it would be great if we all just realized what the need is and then move accordingly. But one thing I found that is extremely helpful is simply listening to the child. So listen without being judgmental. Simply listening to them might just help you create that bond and help you sail through these turbulent years. But all said and done, it is difficult. It is difficult to be a parent. It is difficult to be a teacher in these times. We really don't know what is acceptable, unacceptable, and we really don't know how that child might just take it. But the most difficult is being the child in these days and times. So, what has been your experience? Do share it with me. And don't forget to subscribe to Musings of a Masterly. This is Meenal Desai, and thank you so much for listening to my musings. Thank you.